Hey everyone, welcome back. AI is popping up everywhere these days, and get this, personal fitness is no exception.
Yeah, and it's not just fitness trackers anymore, right? We're talking about AI that can analyze your workout, create a personalized meal plan. The works.
It's like having a virtual fitness guru 24/7. So we decided to do a deep dive, see what's really going on. We've got excerpts from this dissertation about an AI fitness app called, get this, TrainSoar,
Catchy name.
right? And we've got this super interesting commentary from the journal Diseases on, well, AI and nutrition assessment. Lots to unpack.
It really highlights uh, how much AI is changing the game. Like TrainSoar, it's like having a fitness coach right in your pocket. It analyzes your form, counts your reps, even suggests what exercises to do based on your goals.
Okay, so no more slacking off on those reps the AI is watching. But seriously, I'm curious about the tech behind all of this. The dissertation mentions something called Flask and Werkzeug. Sounded pretty high tech to me. What are those exactly?
So those are like frameworks, software frameworks that provide the building blocks for an app. It's like having the blueprint ready before you start, building a house.
Okay, so like the foundation.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that the dissertation actually walks us through like the whole process of creating Trenansor, from designing that knowledge base, all those exercises, healthy recipes, to building the actual user interface we interact with.
Wow, so they really thought of everything. But I'm guessing it wasn't just sunshine and rainbows, right? Building an app, especially one this complex, has got to come with some challenges.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the biggest things they highlighted was the sheer amount of data they had to collect. Think about it. They had to analyze hours and hours of people working out, track their form, their reps, and then link all of that to their fitness goals. Talk about a data-driven process.
It's not as simple as just telling an AI make me fit, huh?
Right. And it's fascinating because the dissertation talks about how age and gender actually played a role in how people use train sort of. Like
Yeah.
women over 40, they were way more likely to use it for strength training than men in the same age group.
Interesting. So it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. I'm guessing that all ties back to how the AI is actually trained, right?
Absolutely. This whole thing hinges on machine learning. You're basically feeding the computer tons and tons of data. In this case, workout videos, info on posture, reps, even things like age and gender. The AI analyzes all of that, looking for patterns. And over time, it learns to spot correct form, count those reps, and yeah, even suggest exercises based on your goals.
That's incredible. So it's basically like Spotify figuring out your music taste, but for exercise.
Yeah, it's all about personalization.
Mhm.
And speaking of which, this paper we've got on AI nutrition assessment, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah, I was just getting to that. They were talking about apps that can analyze a photo of your food, like tell you how many calories are in your sandwich just from a picture.
I know, right? Some of these apps like Snap and Eat and Quinoa, they're already out there. You snap a pic of your lunch and boom, you know exactly what you're putting into your body.
That's wild. No more guessing games with those confusing nutrition labels. So how does the AI know the difference between, say, a plate of fries and a salad?
It's actually a mix of machine learning like we were talking about, but also deep learning. Think of it this way. With machine learning, you're kind of like teaching a dog a new trick, rewarding it for the right behavior.
Okay, I get that. But what about deep learning?
So deep learning is like that dog, then teaching itself new tricks by watching other dogs. It's delving into these complex patterns without needing step-by-step instructions.
Wow, that's incredible.
Right. In this paper, it even talks about using wearable trackers, like smartwatches, to monitor eating habits. We're talking next level stuff here.
Wearables that track what you eat. Now, that's something I'd be curious to try. But how accurate are these things? Can we really rely on them to give us the right info?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, it all comes down to the quality of the data these AI systems are learning from, how sophisticated their algorithms are, and even our individual differences, how our bodies work and our lifestyles.
So if my smartwatch tells me to eat more broccoli, it doesn't necessarily mean I should.
Exactly. It's about finding a balance, using those AI insights, but also listening to your own body and using your common sense.
Makes sense. Now, I'm curious, how does TrainSoar actually stack up in the real world? I mean, the dissertation seemed to focus more on how they built it rather than how well it actually works.
You're right, they didn't go too deep into its real-world effectiveness. But they did touch on how AI can personalize fitness plans. And remember those data visualizations we talked about? Well, they also found that younger users were more likely to stick with TrainSoar's suggested workouts. maybe because of the app's gaming elements.
Oh, interesting. So maybe AI is the key to keeping us motivated, at least for us younger folks. But what about the diseases article? Any key takeaways about AI and nutrition we should know about?
Well, the diseases article really digs into the potential of AI, not just for like personalized diets, but how it could change how we manage conditions like diabetes and obesity.
Now, that's something I'm really curious about.
Right. Imagine an AI-powered insulin pump that automatically adjusts the dosage based on real-time data from a continuous glucose monitor.
Wow, that would be life-changing for so many people.
Absolutely. And it just shows how AI could shift from simply monitoring our health to actively managing it, right?
Yeah.
Leading to better outcomes, better quality of life, all of that.
This is all so fascinating, but it does make you wonder, are we handing over too much control to these AI systems? I mean, we're talking about our health data, our workouts, our meals. That's pretty personal stuff.
That's the big question, isn't it? And that's something we're going to be diving into much deeper in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, listeners, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to explore the ethical considerations and potential implications of all this. Stay tuned. You know, it's easy to get caught up in all the cool things AI can do, but we've also got to think about the potential downsides, right?
Absolutely, and that's something the diseases paper really emphasizes. It's all about approaching AI in healthcare with a healthy dose of caution.
So, what are some of the things we should be watching out for?
Well, one of the biggest ones is bias. If an AI is only trained on data from a specific group of people, it might not work so well for everyone else. Imagine a fitness tracker that only gives accurate readings for people with a certain walking style, not very helpful for everyone else, right?
Right. We need these technologies to be inclusive.
Exactly. And as amazing as AI is, it's important to remember it's not a replacement for human judgment. We can't just blindly follow every suggestion an app gives us.
It's like when you're using GPS,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes you know a better route, or maybe you just feel like taking the scenic route.
Exactly. It's about using AI as a tool, a guide, but ultimately, we're in the driver's seat when it comes to our health. And
Yeah.
this brings up another crucial point, data privacy. I mean, we're giving these AI systems so much personal info, our workouts, our meals, even our sleep patterns.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's not like those silly online quizzes. This is serious stuff.
It's sensitive data, and we need to know how it's being used. Are companies selling it? Are they using it to target us with ads? We need answers.
We definitely do. It's our health data, after all. We should have a say.
Absolutely. And that's why transparency from these companies is key. They need to be upfront about what they're doing with our data, give us control over it.
Okay, so transparency, data privacy, making sure it works for everyone. Those are some big ones. But what about accuracy? I mean, we all know technology isn't perfect.
You're absolutely right. And as much as AI has advanced, it's not foolproof. The accuracy of these systems depends on the data they're trained on, how well they adapt to each person's unique situation. Because let's face it, our bodies are complicated.
It's like those generic workout plans you see online. They might work for some, but for others, they're totally off.
Exactly. So we've got to be realistic about what AI can do. It's a tool, a powerful one, but it's not a magic bullet. And it's crucial to use it alongside professional guidance and our own judgment.
So finding that balance between cool tech and human expertise, right? We don't want to rely on AI too much, but we don't want to ignore its potential either.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole conversation so interesting. We're figuring out the future of healthcare as we speak. Now, going back to the future, that diseases article mentioned some incredible developments in AI health management.
Oh, yeah. They were talking about AI-powered insulin pumps for diabetes management. That could be revolutionary.
Absolutely. Just imagine managing diabetes without the constant worry and guesswork. That's the kind of future AI can help create. But then, of course, the question of accessibility comes up. Who gets to benefit from these advances?
That's a crucial point. Often, the newest tech is only available to a select few, and that can worsen existing inequalities.
It's true. We need to ensure that as AI in healthcare grows, it's accessible and beneficial to all, not just a privileged few.
So it's not just about creating fancy new tech, it's about making healthcare more inclusive and equal for everyone.
100%. Now let's circle back to the TrainSoar app for a moment. The dissertation mentioned using specific AI algorithms like random forests and k-nearest neighbor. Do you know about those?
Those ring a bell. Maybe from a computer science class I took years ago. It's all a blur now.
Well, let me try to explain them simply. Think of random forest, like a bunch of experts, each with their own special knowledge. You ask them all the same question, they give different answers based on what they know, And then the algorithm combines all those answers to give you the most accurate prediction.
Oh, okay. So it's like having a whole team of AI trainers analyzing your workout from all angles.
Exactly. Now, the nearest neighbor, that one's a bit simpler. Imagine all your workouts are plotted on this giant map, and workouts that are alike are grouped closer together. So when you do a new workout, the algorithm looks for its nearest neighbors on the map to figure out its intensity and recommend similar exercises.
So it's like finding your workout buddies, the ones who love burpees just as much as you do.
You got it. It's all about recognizing patterns in the data to give personalized recommendations.
This is all super interesting, but I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking, whoa, this is a lot to take in. What's the key takeaway here? What should they remember about AI and personal fitness and nutrition?
That's a great question. I think the biggest thing is, while AI has huge potential to change the health game, we've got to be informed and stay curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions, demand transparency from these companies, and always remember you're the one in control of your health journey.
Love that. Be informed, be engaged, stay in control. Now, before we wrap this deep dive up, I want to touch on something both the dissertation and the paper hinted at the future of AI in this space. It seems like we're moving towards a future where AI isn't just helping us track our health, but actually predict potential problems before they happen.
Absolutely. Imagine a world where your fitness tracker doesn't just count your steps, but actually analyzes your movements and warns you about a potential injury risk, or an app that uses your genetics and lifestyle to identify health risks before they even show up.
It's both amazing and a little unnerving at the same time, right? Does that mean AI will be making all our health decisions for us one day?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's something we're going to delve into much deeper in the final part of our deep dive.
So before the break, we were talking about AI predicting health issues even before they happen. It's like exciting and kind of scary at the same time.
Right. Like imagine your fitness tracker telling you you're at risk for heart disease based on your sleep, stress levels, even your genes.
That's wild, but also, couldn't that cause a lot of anxiety, even lead to like unnecessary tests and stuff?
Definitely something to consider. It all comes back to responsible development, making sure these AI predictions are accurate, reliable, and actually empower people, not freak them out.
So it's not about AI replacing doctors, but more like giving them superpowers, right?
Exactly. Imagine a doctor using AI to look at your medical history, your genetics, your lifestyle, and create a treatment plan just for you.
No, that's the future I want to be a part of. AI helping us be our best selves, not like controlling us.
And that's where the ethics come in, right? Both the Transor dissertation and the diseases paper talked about how important human oversight is.
It's like AI can be a powerful tool, but we need to make sure we're the ones holding the hammer. So where do we go from here? What's next for AI and personal health?
Well, the diseases paper hinted at AI maybe even being able to personalize medication dosages in the future. They gave the example of cancer treatment. Imagine getting the exact dose you need, tailored to your genes, and how your body is responding.
That's incredible. But I also wonder about the cost of all this. Will this kind of personalized AI healthcare be accessible to everyone?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? We need to make sure these advancements don't just benefit a select few.
It's like any new technology, right? We've got to make sure it's used to create a more equitable and just world, not widen existing gaps. It's not just about the tech itself, but how we use it.
100%. And that's why these conversations are so important. We all need to be aware of what's happening, ask the tough questions, and help shape the future of AI in healthcare.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today. Personalized workouts, AI nutritionists, the potential benefits, the ethical concerns. It's a lot to think about.
It really is. But if there's one thing I hope our listeners take away from this, it's that they have a voice in all of this. AI is going to impact all of our lives, so let's make sure it's used for good.
Absolutely. Stay informed, stay curious, and keep asking those questions.